Welcome. Thank you for joining us on the empty side of the table. This is going to be an unboxing and review of the Goliath Gargoyles figure by NECA. You know, I never noticed how this NECA symbol down here resembles the old Sega symbol they used to put on their game cartridges, yeah? Right, so this was a gift from an amazing girlfriend. She saw us looking at this and I guess bought it when we weren't looking. Typically, we don't get anything with this name attached, but NECA does some amazing figures, and this is a pretty cool figure. So let's open it up and take a look at it. Okay, we're gonna need a knife. We hope you all had an amazing holiday. All right, I like the graphics on the cardboard here. If you could see those. It's pixel art, like a video game. Okay, is this taped or let me just... So there are 3 layers here, all right? So from first look, you can see that he comes with 2 sets of wings, one like a cape, and the other where it's a little bit spread out. I thought maybe they'd be soft goods. So far, not disappointed in that, though. He's got 2 different heads and a set of hands. This here looks like it might be a part of a stand, like a figure stand. And he is not... he's not tied down by those daft little twist tie things. So let's see what we got here. So initially, I know it's something really hard to circumvent, but his head is kind of stuck in this position because of his hair and over his wings. So he's always kind of just looking down, which I guess is okay if you've got him like somewhere up high. But it also looks like his neck is kind of angled that way. And I'm guessing that you'd have to remove the head in order to remove this. Detailing's great. Look at that. Look at the way it's painted and shaded. Loincloth is not cloth, which is probably a good thing, but it's malleable. So we're going to be able to remove his head here. Let's see. Well, let's look at those feet. Talons, claws, whatever. We've got a nice ankle joint. And the toes look like they could tip up. I'm not gonna do much with that. Could be kind of cool if maybe these were like really tight, maybe a different material, and you could use them to curl around things and hold on to stuff. Okay, you can see right there, there's the hole where that this goes into, like that. So let's see here. Some nice movement in the legs. Are the knees double jointed? Doesn't appear to be. Yeah, see if you had him somewhere up high and he's looking down. Not well, he's got a bit of curvature. Can bend his wrist a little bit. His shoulders appear to be able to come out, but they're not able to with this wing setup here. He's got swivel in the waist and bit of movement in the torso. Again, probably impeded by the, maybe not so much the cape, with that nice big chunky belt, which is pretty nice. It's a nice look. Also, what might have made this easier is if they put some kind of clasp in between here, or just made these hook together so you could separate them and just lift it off of him. But the thing with the head and the hair is kind of a bother. So let's look at the accessories then. Here is the head. Really like those red eyes. That's cool. The paint on this is amazing. Very detailed and shaded. I like that. Here is his other hands. They're both a pair of fists. For such a big chunky figure, I would have liked to have seen these also be a bit bigger and chunkier. Here is the other set of wings. But you know what? I'm not seeing a plate for this thing to go into. I'm not exactly sure how that's supposed to work. You stick it back there with this end. Oh, is it? You know what? I'm silly. I'm very silly. Excuse us. This is his tail. Very silly. I'm sorry. I totally thought this was going to be a stand. So like you put this end into a plate, put this in his back. So let's give it a look, yeah? Gotta make him look complete. There we go. So that's his tail. I'm silly. Probably because we got those figure stands. Also, we got those for ourselves for Christmas for our loose figures. Guess we just had stands in our mind. I don't know. Looks good though. Not bad. So here the extra set of wings here. What do you want? Oh, these are a bit too plasticky, like very solid, thin plastic. If for some reason or other you had him on a shelf or something like that, and these wings, and he fell, maybe not even off the shelf, just on the ground like that, pretty sure something on this would break. Now, if they made it out of material like this, that would be much better. The only hazard with malleable plastic like this is if your house gets too hot, like it's in the summer or something like that, these tend to lose their shape. Let's see, and we've got a joint right there. Ooh, see, that sounded scary. Okay, you went under, all right. So let's take a better look at the figure then. Maybe we can do it over here. Let me see if we could get his legs up more, have him perched or something. Oh, that almost works. It's a bit shaded, but there we go. have those pumpkins by him. Let's see. Huh. That's not too bad. We haven't... I don't know if I've actually purchased any... I don't know how many NECA figures I have, if any. I would hazard a guess that just because of the way things go, that maybe in the past they might have done better with those fragile wings. Of course, he's being held up by his tail there, but see, if he was up high, let's see if we can do something like that. Where he's looking down on you. Yeah, see, that could be cool. But otherwise, it's pretty hard to do any kind of dynamic posing. Most likely, typically with these wings. But I have already addressed my concern with those plasticky wings. I would be quite frightened of displaying this figure and him falling with those wings and those wings breaking. This is a beautiful figure, though. That's my only complaint, really. So let's show those off again. Another thing that might have been cool, I know this is typical for most places, as you can see here, he's clutching a spire of some kind. Might have been cool if they came with that. I kind of thought it did for a minute. But yeah, let's look at this figure once more. See, the detailing in the paint on this figure is top notch. And the sculpt. Look at those feet. Maybe they could have painted these like an ivory or an off-white. His claws. Yeah, this cape really, really hinders his motion, or his wings. But, oh wait, maybe you can do that. No, these are stuck together. As I was about to mention yet again, if they just made it so these could unclasp, you can remove it like that, that would be much easier. But in general, gorgeous figure. Well painted, well sculpted. All right, so not terribly disappointing, but this would not be a figure I would display anywhere. Well, it's not a figure that I would display with these wings here. See, it almost feels like these would snap just pulling them out of that plastic. And this is the same complaint I had with that motherboard figure we got at Comic-Con. It was just hollow, cheap plastic like this. Alright, so this has been an unboxing and review of Disney, NECA. Almost said that name out loud. Goliath figure from Gargoyles. We'll see if we have time to do any more reviews of some of the cool things we picked up for Christmas. All of which we purchased, except for that thing there that you saw, and the Arkham Asylum DC deck building game. Everything else we bought for ourselves. Hope you have a lovely, amazing new year. Stay healthy, always be kind. Thanks for watching.